Another day, another workshop. I'm setting up a Gold Hill Winery. Come check it out. Good morning. Now that we're all set up, we're ready to start a workshop with a demo. So at the beginning of every single workshop, we do a hands-on demonstrations so that you get the tools in your hands and learn how to create. So each design begins with this stone or boulder pattern. It's just simply the droplets of paint that hit the water and open. I do a really quick little demo, and then I hand the tools over to our guests who get to play. Get to try out different techniques, ask questions, try something that maybe they had an idea about, and we walk through just that freehand style where you can use your tool to make whatever design you want. You can just create movement, you can replicate a heart or a flower. It just gives you the opportunity to test and play and grow some confidence with this art form, because it really is super easy. But one of the roadblocks is just not feeling comfortable. So throwing the tool into your hand and just diving in, I find is the best way for people to begin our workshop. It's really fun, really easy, and you honestly cannot do it wrong. Now, one of the interesting things about water marbling is you can create a design like we have here, and then you can add fresh droplets of paint. Now, every droplet of paint is going to come as a circle when it hits the water and opens, and some open really small and some open really big. I like to say some colors are bossy and some colors are shy. And so the first color I put down, I believe, is indigo, and it was more on the shy side. This next color that you're going to see is the turquoise, and it's really bossy. It really opens really big. And what causes that is called dispersion. It's what's in the paint before it gets to me that causes the paint to open at different rates. It's so cool. And so once we have this extra little bit of paint down, why I do that is because then I can show you what all these little tools do. So this one creates a design called a gelget, which means come and go or back and forth. And our art form originated in Turkey, in Persia, and in Japan. And every country used it differently. And then it was brought to Europe by European travelers who brought it back and began using it for book covers and paper and all sorts of things. And every country seems to have different techniques and different versions of using water marbling, e-brew, hydro dipping. There's tons of different methods of using this process. This tool is my favorite, this little comb at the back there. It's black with the little silver combs, and it leaves behind these tiny, fine little lines. It's called a non-pareil comb or no parallel. And every time you use a tool, you can just use the tool on its own, or you can layer it with another tool. This one's gonna make little French curls. And as you continue using the tools over and over, your design is going to get finer and finer. So the less movement you do, the thicker your design, and the more movement you do, the thinner or finer your design is. You can also go back in with a stick and create some freehand movement and completely change your design again. This one is going to leave what I call arches, and then you can wiggle it to create a little bit of extra movement. On this end, we're gonna do what's called a gelget. We're gonna do it a second time now because it's gonna thin out these lines again. So again, every time we pull a tool through, the lines get finer and finer with every single movement. This is my favorite part. This is the print, where we take our silk scarf and lay it into our design. The fabric is pre-treated with a drying agent called alum. And then when it comes up, it's fully printed. It isn't gonna rub off or run off. And then it gets a bath in some cold water. And then after we're finished, we clean off the tray of any excess with paper towel, and then we're ready for our guests to create. They just have to choose their colors, and we can use inspirational designs, or they can come up with their own so that they can create their own magic and take home their own wearable art. So here's what our guests made at this workshop at Gold Hill Winery. Check it out. It's totally up to you. No oops, you're doing great. Even with the shape, that shape is going to add detail and contrast. So that neutral for watching, and I hope you subscribe for more.